Mysterious Skin, directed by Greg Araki, starring Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Brady Corbett, and Michelle Trachtenberg, is a coming-of-age story about two adolescent boys who experience sexual assault. And we are gonna discuss this movie today. I know it was in the intro and also in the spoiler warning, but just a very clear warning. This entire movie is just about two teenage boys. Well, it's about two young adult men who, as very young children, were sexually assaulted. It is about as graphic as you can be in a story about children. So, trigger warning. It is not going to be a fun video or a fun movie to watch. There is nothing particularly entertaining about this in that sense. It is not... It's just like a miserable movie. And that's not to say it's not good. It is a very good movie. It has been praised for its realistic depiction of child sexual assault, and in a lot of ways, that's good. It is a very good movie. It is very well done, and it's showing something that is often, misrepresented in media. And to be fair, it's very hard to put something like this in media without it completely changing the tone of whatever you're watching. And, I mean, you would think that just, you wouldn't want it in media then, really, but whatever the case may be, it's often not shown very accurately in media, and this is a very good depiction of what it's like. However, that does not make it fun to watch. It makes it very depressing to watch, and frankly, I don't know if it's an enjoyable movie. It's a good movie. It is well acted. Joseph Gordon-Levitt is giving a hell of a performance. So is Brady Corbett as well. Michelle Trachtenberg is, there. She's good, don't get me wrong, but she's more of a supporting character than the main two. The boys are the main two characters here. But they're all giving really, really good performances. It's directed really well. It's directed in a way that's like almost two different movies kind of coming together. There's the one end where Joseph Gordon-Levitt is playing a male prostitute, and that's kind of directed in a certain more realistic, more, in some cases, brutal way, especially towards the end of the movie. But then there's the Brady Corbett's character, and his is directed more, I want to say, like a sci-fi movie. He's obsessed with like this idea that he was abducted by aliens as a child and kind of a replacement of the assault. And a couple of the scenes, it's not like we spend a huge amount of time with focusing on this, but in most of his scenes where this takes place, you get kind of that more sci-fi-y vibe from it. The seeing of aliens to watching the like Alien Hunter type TV show and stuff like that. So it's kind of has this opposing feel to it when you're watching different characters. And it's interesting because it shows how two different children will handle the assault, and but they meld well together, where neither style is so different that it feels disjointed. It's just that each story feels kind of has its own vibes to it, and that's good. Like, it's a really good movie, but I can imagine a lot of people are just not gonna want to watch this. I can see why it's not like a cult classic or anything like that. I can see why it hasn't risen to be like this highly regarded masterpiece, because despite it being just a phenomenal movie, no one wants to sit down and watch this. No one, you've seen it. If you've seen it one time, you're probably never watching this again. I can't imagine a situation where you'd want to watch this again. It's just bleak and kind of miserable, and that's not a bad thing. That movies can be, like, movies don't have to be enjoyable, or like, in a sense, like, you don't have to be happy to watch the movie. You don't have to come away with a good feeling from watching a movie. That's not, like, the sole purpose of the art. It's the invoking some emotion from the movie is the real purpose here, and that doesn't always need to be a positive or a negative. It can be either. It can be both. It's just that in this case, it leans really, really hard into invoking the negative feelings. And that's just a virtue of what the story is about. And that's fine. But it is a rough watch, and if you do watch it, it is a little much sometimes. Based on a 1995 book by Scott Heim and released in 2004, it is a really good movie. I do recommend watching it. It's sort of on Hulu. Or is it Prime? It is streaming, but you have to, like, get Prime and then get a subscription through Prime to stream it. It's kind of annoying, but you can get a 7-day free trial to watch this and then, just cancel your trial at the end. That's what I did, at least. Usually, and anyone who's seen any more of my videos will know I advocate quite a bit. Buy the movie. Buy the Blu-ray. Buy the DVD. Buy something, because you want to support the movie. However, this movie's out of print. It is not available anywhere. Just a quick detour. These are the prices of the movie, and it is insane. People are asking an astronomical amount of money for this movie. I can't recommend spending that kind of money on this. The Blu-ray is just ridiculous, but even the DVD is not cheap. And I do see you can get, like, these Asian copies. I'm gonna assume those are bootlegs, but... And, like, why would you pay for that anyway, right? You're probably able to watch it on, like, most DVD players. A lot of them are region-free now. The PlayStation's region-free for that kind of stuff as well. But, like, you're not supporting the people that made this movie by buying this. These are all aftermarket anyway. And most importantly, the prices are insane, and this is ridiculous. I would not support watching this way. In fact, stream the movie. In this case, stream the movie, because you're probably doing more to support the movie that way, and maybe if enough people stream it, they'll, re-release it. That would be great. I could see Criterion maybe releasing something like this, or, another, like, boutique label re-releasing something like this, because it is a really good movie, but it's not something general audiences are going to want to watch, and it's really not something people are going to want to watch more than once, which does make it kind of a hard sell. Personally, I would buy it. If Criterion puts it out, or if, like, a boutique label puts it out, frankly, even if, like, I don't even know who owns the rights to this movie, but if someone just, like, released the movie as, like, a cheap Blu-ray on Amazon, I'd buy it in a heartbeat, because it is really good. I feel like it is something I'd want to have, like, just in case, but, like, I also just don't really see myself watching it again. I don't know. This is a hard one. This is a hard movie to really judge, because it is so good, but also just not fun to watch. Very sickening, and especially in the beginning. There's a couple of... I don't want to spoil too much, but there are a couple of scenes that physically just made me ill. I say that, but it's a good thing. I think that is a good thing to show. I think that's a good thing for people to see and for people to understand. Because people kind of treat this stuff like a joke. We see this a lot in media right now, especially, and they treat it as a joke, and, like, as a, laugh at the things being done or not being done, or accusing people of doing things that clearly aren't happening. And it's not a joke. This is traumatizing to children, of course, but, like, I don't think people understand just how bad. Like, people, I think, understand the concept that it's bad, but I don't think people get how horrible it is and, like, what it does to people. And this is a good showing of that. I think more people should watch the movie. But I do understand that, like, most people aren't going to want to sit through this. I don't think a lot of people are going to get through, like, the first hour of this movie or so. Anyway, I've been on kind of a string of depressing movies lately. I do try to mix it up when I release the videos, but recording-wise, it has been a miserable, miserable time of watching some of the most depressing movies I've ever seen in my life. So we're going to take a little break from that, hopefully, and watch something a little less dire. Anyway, thanks for watching.